What we have here are two fantastic choices for anybody in the market for a B segment hatchback. The 79,888 Kia Rio and the 85,000 ringgit Peugeot 208. Now these two cars are from companies which have suddenly found themselves a way out of boring designs. In the 90s, Peugeot came out with worthy but very dull cars, and Kia was the byword for dullness for most of their existence until they got Peter Schreier to come on board. So what do you get for these two cars? You get wonderful design, you get great practicality. In the Peugeot, you also get the usual Peugeot characteristic of fantastic ride and handling. In the Kia, you still get all the practicality. It's a big spacious car, big spacious boot, but now it's much better looking. Let's start with the difference of price in these two cars. The Kia Rio is priced at just a shade below 80,000 ringgit, 79,888. The Peugeot 208 is 85,888. I think that's about the price. That's a 6,000 ringgit difference. What we're here to find out is what are the differences in terms of specification and character between these two cars, and what are you getting for that 5,000 ringgit, 6,000 ringgit extra that you're paying for the Peugeot? Is it just for the brand image, for the brand value, or is there something extra special about the Peugeot that warrants that extra money? After we've spent some time with the two cars, it's quite clear that the Peugeot does have an edge in terms of the ride and handling. It is slightly more fun to drive, this feels more connected to the driver. However, the Rio also has its strengths. It's a much better, I think, a city car because the suspension is a bit softer and you get a bit more space in the car. So it's a bit more practical in the city. But this is the one that probably makes you a bit more excited. This is mainly because of the way it looks. This pretty chrome detailing all over the car makes it look not just like a car, but a pretty Christmas bauble. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, delicate. It's just something that you just love looking at. Maybe it's the red color, maybe the blue is not so, I don't know what. But I think this is a much better looking car than this, but only just slightly more so. Now, we have to decide which is a better car. This is 79,888, this is 85,888. Now in my mind, if driving dynamics is very, very important to you, then maybe you should take a look at this. But as an overall package, and given that 6,000 ringgit price difference, this is a much better car for an all-rounder. If you want a car that is spacious, this is, I think, bigger than this one, slightly more spacious than the Peugeot. It's softer in the city, the steering is lighter. You might not like the electric power steering if you're a fun driver, but in the city, it makes light of heavy traffic and finding parking and slotting the car into tight spaces. So in the end, I think that these two cars, the difference between them, if I were to give them a ranking of points out of 10, this would probably get 8.6 and this is 8.5. These are two very strong cars, very little in terms of difference between the two of them, but there's an edge, just a slight edge in this car because of the price and the practicality.